Hello and welcome to the Sleep Station. I'm Nora Nightfall, and I'll be your storyteller for this evening. Tonight, we go under the gentle waves of the great blue sea. Here we meet a small group of sea creatures: Marina the dolphin, Tully the sea turtle, and Fenn the shimmerfish, set off on a nighttime adventure to visit Coral the lantern jelly, an old friend who lives in the quiet twilight deep beneath the waves. Along the way, they pass through magical underwater places, the kelp forest maze, the singing shell caves, and the starfish valley, learning the beauty of exploration, patience, and the peaceful rhythm of the ocean's heartbeat. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell notification to be notified every time I upload a new sleep story. Thank you. So, first, I'll need you to find a place where you can get cozy and fall asleep. Are you snuggled in and comfy yet? If so, let's begin. This story is called The Coral's Glow. Far out in the open ocean, where the water shimmered silver beneath the moon, Marina the dolphin twirled in slow spirals. The night was calm. The waves whispered softly, and tiny specks of light shimmered across the surface, plankton dancing like stars. Marina loved nights like this, when the world felt hushed and drowsy. She clicked gently to herself, listening for her friends. Soon, a familiar voice bubbled up through the stillness. "Marina, you're swimming too fast again." It was Tully the sea turtle, gliding unhurriedly, every movement gentle as a sigh. "I can't help it," giggled Marina. "The moon makes me feel full of flip energy." Then from below, a sparkle zoomed upward. Fenn the shimmerfish, glowing softly in shades of blue and gold. "Did you hear?" Fenn said, excitement bubbling in his voice. "Coral wrote another message in the current. She's calling us to visit." The three friends exchanged looks of joy and wonder. It had been many tides since they'd last seen Coral, the lantern jelly who lived far, far below, where sunlight turned to twilight and twilight faded to dreams. And so, with hearts full of friendship, the three set out under the moon, diving gently into the deeper blue. The waves grew quieter. The world dimmed into peaceful shades of turquoise and green. Around them, sleepy fish drifted like leaves in slow motion, their fins brushing the water in soft patterns. The adventure had begun. The kelp forest rose up like tall green towers swaying in the dark. Long ribbons of seaweed reached toward the surface, whispering softly as the tide swayed them. "Stay close," said Tully. "The kelp likes to dance with travelers." Marina giggled, darting between strands of kelp, while Fenn's glow lit their path. Schools of silvery fish shimmered past them, their tails flickering like candlelight. But soon, the forest became thick and twisty. The paths turned and curled, left or right, up or down. The world seemed like a slow, gentle maze of green. "Don't worry," Tully murmured, voice low and calm. "All we need to do is listen." And so they paused. The only sounds were swish, swoosh, swish of soft seaweed swaying. Slowly, Tully drifted upward toward a stream of bubbles. "The bubbles always rise toward the open ocean," he whispered. "Follow them." Marina and Fenn smiled, letting go of hurry. They glided beside Tully, following the bubbling path soft and slow until they floated free of the kelp and into open water again. "See?" Tully said, chuckling. "Even the ocean teaches us to be patient." The friends laughed together, bubbles twinkling in the dim light like tiny stars. Farther down, the water cooled. The ocean floor grew steep and they reached the singing shell caves. The sound came first, gentle echoes that hummed through the water like a distant lullaby. Oh, ah, The shells sang as the current rushed through them. "It's beautiful," whispered Fenn, eyes wide. They swam inside, where the walls shimmered with pearly shells, each one softly vibrating with sound. When Marina touched one with her fin, it sang a single note, bright and round, that lingered in the air. The friends began to play. Tully tapped a low shell with his flipper, Fenn brushed another with his tail, and Marina spun in a circle, adding little chirping whistles of her own. Together, the cave filled with a quiet melody, a song of friendship, of moonlight and deep water, of peace. When the song faded, they felt a comfortable stillness inside them. Fenn yawned, the first small sign of sleepiness settling in. "It's time to go deeper," Marina whispered. And so, with soft ripples, they swam onward, leaving the echoes behind. The current carried them gently to a wide plain dotted with white sand and hundreds of colorful starfish. The starfish glowed faintly as if painted by moonlight, and the sand shimmered in hues of lavender and gold. The valley hummed with calm. "Coral lives not far below," Fenn murmured. "We're nearly there." Tully found a slow, sandy rhythm in his glide, and Marina matched his pace. Even her flicks and swirls were softer now. The water was thick, cozy, sleepy. They passed seahorses dozing with tails curled around seaweed stems, and jellyfish pulsing gently in dreamlike rhythms. The ocean itself seemed to breathe in long, quiet sighs. Finally, after a long, gentle descent, a faint light appeared far below, a pale, warm glow like a lantern shining from the ocean floor. "Coral," whispered Marina. They followed the glow until, at last, in a wide hollow rimmed with coral fans, they saw her, Coral the lantern jelly, her body glowing in soft waves of peach, rose, and lavender. Her tendrils floated like silk ribbons. "My dear friends," Coral said, her voice as soft as a drifting tide. "You made it." They swam close, and Coral's glow surrounded them all in warm, drowsy light. The ocean here was hushed, thick with quiet magic. "I've missed you," said Coral, "but I always knew you would find me again." They talked for a while, voices gentle and slow, about the kelp forest, the singing shells, and the quiet stars above the sea. Then Coral dimmed her light until only a faint luminescence remained, just enough to see one another's smiles. "It's restful down here," Coral whispered. "Stay with me a while." The friends arranged themselves in the current, Marina drifting close, Tully resting on the sand, and Fenn's glow slowly fading. Coral's lantern light flickered like a heartbeat. The ocean around them swayed gently, back and forth, back and forth, like the world breathing. The friends hardly spoke again. The water, the warmth, the steady rhythm, all of it became a lullaby, and as the light from Coral's glow dimmed to a quiet, silvery pulse, each of them, Marina, Tully, Fenn, closed their eyes. The last thing they heard was the whisper of the waves far above, singing them softly toward dreams. And so, in the hush of the deep blue sea, the friends rested together, surrounded by the ocean's endless peace. The waves above rolled gently on, calm and rhythmical, carrying their dreams through water and moonlight until morning. Good night, ocean. Good night, friends. Good night. And now, I want you to drift softly into dreamland. So, until next time, sweet dreams.